Bush.
Us, how you doing?
All right.
Yeah. So how's your weekend going so far?
Pretty okay, I guess. I'm alive for the most part.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Amongst things starting to fall in place, I got two things revealed to me.
Okay.
One was the Lord revealed to me the name of my channel. So it looks like I'm gonna have various channels. Because one channel is gonna be Lions Paw Martial Arts. The other one's gonna be PK Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Then the third channel is gonna be called something that I'd rather have than say just right yet. So I don't want anyone jumping on the idea and doing it before me, you know? So but the Lord definitely revealed the name of what my channel is going to be. The Lord also revealed to me the name of a service that I'm going to be providing in New York. It's called Harlem Family Services. And what the Lord revealed to me is that Harlem Family Services is going to be like a community center / church / dojo, you know, where people can come and get counsel, come seek prayer. If we'll have a pantry, if people need food, you know what I'm saying? We'll be giving martial arts classes. All that good stuff, bro. Like all that was revealed to me while praying, you know, and I was like, I wasn't thinking about any of that. So that's how I know it was a revelation. Because I know that when I'm thinking about something and I start praying about it, it's easy for me to fall in line with what I'm thinking. Or it's easy for me to think about something and fall asleep and then dream about it. In this case, I wasn't even thinking about none of that. And all of a sudden, boom, Harlem Family Services, you know, safety, New York State safety chaplain, you know, who I am, helping families and helping the community and teaching martial arts and spiritual knowledge and guidance. I was like, wow, I was not expecting any of that. Oh, Tuxedo Cat. All right. This is 15 Seconds of Fame with Tuxedo Cat. Here we go. Where's Tuxedo Dog? I should go get Tuxedo Dog.
I mean, yeah.
Animals in a Tux edition 2.
I know.
Why is my dog barking? Yeah, I don't even know. Why is my dog barking? Bro. Come here, Rogie. Connect the laptop. Come here, Rogie. Come up. Come up. Come up. Come up, baby. There you go. There you go. So you can come out on the show, all right? You ready to say hi? Come here. Wait, look. Hey, Tuxedo Dog.
Yeah.
My name's Rogie.
Yep.
And I'm a Tuxedo Dog. That's the family husky right there.
Yeah.
Look at the camera. You shy dog.
That's
look.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
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 All right, Mama. You got your 15 seconds of fame? Okay, good. She had started barking. I'm like, what you barking for? You want your 15 seconds of fame too?
Yeah.
It's the return of the Tuxedo Animals Part 2.
Exactly.
Yeah, brother, man.
Yo, did you get the link that I sent you on IG about San Pedro?
Yeah. That's funny because that corner, I'm very familiar with that corner. And
Yeah.
I that's the corner that separates Barrio Mexico's across the street where the Saglud part is. All that is Barrio Mexico. And then from the corner back that they weren't showing, that's the Mercado.
Yep.
That's the market. I know all that area. Like I can walk that area with my eyes closed. That's how well I know it. So I saw that they were, announcing the fact that, whatever was going on with the street there. But I remember back then there was no alcantarilla. They didn't have none of that there. It used to be very bad. For you to cross through there, you had to cross right through the middle because it was the only part that wasn't bulged out. So I remember. At least now they got something there. They need to fix it. But before that wasn't there either.
Right.
I'm writing something in the private.
All right.
Basically the name of
yeah. Oh, nice.
whatever spell error, happened there. But that's technically the name of the channel, bro. And I wasn't even thinking about that. I was not thinking about it at all. And I was going to start working on my page today. And something was like holding me back. Like, not yet. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'll wait. You never have to be in a rush when God calls you to do something. Unless he calls you in a rush to do something, then you have to be in a rush. In this case, I bring up the story of Jonas, the prophet Jonas. God called him in a rush. Yo, bro, wake up. I need you to go over here to this place, and I need you to tell them that the sword of the Lord is coming. If they don't repent, they're going to feel it. And he got up, and instead of going to that place, he went the other way. Like, forget them. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Let the judgment of the Lord come over them. And he went the other way. And then
the big fish went and swallowed him up.
Oh yeah, the big
Kept
fish
him safe,
came.
though.
The big fish came, destroyed whatever boat he was in, and whoever was in that boat with him, they were left in the water. They were left to drown or whatever it is. But the big fish ate him and held him down for 3 days. Spit him exactly at the shore of Damascus, so that he would go take the word that God told you to take. All right, but God called him in a rush, though, as opposed to when God called the prophet Isaiah. God called the prophet Isaiah at a young age, and he slowly started to grow into what was this great prophet. Isaiah was one of the greatest prophets of the Bible.
Yes.
You know, so that was a slow calling, as opposed to Jonas had a quick calling, and he quickly tried to run away from it. Hey, go over there quickly and send this message. Okay, I'm gonna go the other way quickly. Can't play with God, bro. Especially when God don't use game genie. Like,
and it didn't work out. It didn't work out as planned.
Nah, God don't use game genie. He don't use game shark. So there's no cheat codes. You either follow the calling and accept it, or just say no. If he would have told the Lord, listen, I don't really like those people, I'm not gonna take that word to them. Call someone else. Hey, it sucks, but at the end of the day, it's like God will see your honesty and be like, all right, I see that you're really honest about this. I'll call somebody else. That's cool. It's not like you're the only son of Israel that I could talk to anyway. I mean, it's like this. I'm gonna put it to you as simple factors. You become a master of what you practice. So you're gonna tell me that the Lord didn't know that Jonas was gonna do that? What was Jonas's testimony prior? If he did that because of that, does that mean that he was doing that before? Would he run from going to go do what he needed to do? Maybe God already knew that. People become masters of what they practice. You know what I'm saying? If you see someone practicing karate for 20 years, don't expect them to be master bricklayers. You never saw them put a brick down a day in their life. All you saw them was break bricks.
Right.
So who's to say that that's not the first time that Jonas ran away from the Lord, except that this time they put it in a book? It's just one of those.
All right.
I always try to find the key points of something logical. Like, okay, why did this happen? Why did that happen? God knew he was going to do that, but God needed that to happen to be able to give a message to the people much forward in life, in the future. Hey, if I give you a message, don't do what this guy did, because I might send the whale to go eat you. Okay. And the whale is mad symbolic, bro. Saying the whale of the world, is not just a simple creature. You're looking at this whale and that's it. No. A whale of the world, it means all of the world's woes. It means anything bad that could happen to you in the world will come at you. It means that it'll dump on you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna fall on you.
Yeah.
Here you are. 2 days ago you had $25,000 saved, and now because you're dodging your duty as an emissary of the Lord, as an ambassador of the Lord, you're doubting in your gift, you're doubting in your job, and you're not doing the order that God gave you, and you're on the run from the Lord. Next thing you know, your bank account is at $300 and you don't know what happened. Oh, here, where'd my money go? Oh, well, that's one of the whales. Whoa. Saying like,
right.
And there's many other whales, you know what I'm saying? There's many other whales. There's any form of famine. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of a sudden now you don't have money for food. All of a sudden now you don't have money for transportation. All of a sudden you don't have this, you don't have that. Stuff that you always had. Now all of a sudden things are becoming tight. All of a sudden, it's like what the Bible says. Those that sin against the Lord, the skies will turn bronze. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that they're praying, but the prayers aren't going up. They're stopping right there at the bronze sky. It's not passing that. It's crazy, man. It's better to just be in the Lord's favor and do what's right. No te atrevas a correr como Jonás, porque no te van a salir las cosas bien. No dejes que la ballena del mundo te trague. That's it. Today's message.
Yep.
So, on other news, I just noticed that one of my bros is a rapper, and he's been rapping for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a song with Rochi that's pretty popping right now. 31 million views already. I'm like, okay, I see you.
Which rapper is this? Because I'm more familiar with some rappers, not all of them.
Paponesio.
Oh, all right.
Yep. Hey, true. Mm-hmm. Bless me, bless you, bless him, bless us all. Yeah, brother. Had a nice conversation earlier with the bro, Paponesio.
Yep.
So it looks like I have some music work cut out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was checking out a few of his songs and the videos. I was like, yo, the videos are pretty good. They're pretty decent. And he's definitely representing hard body, like oof. I was like, okay. Música pa' Reyes. I was like, all right, cool. It's good to see that.
Mm-hmm. There's another guy that you know. There's another guy that we have to shout out as well. You have to shout out to King Calibre because he's been doing his thing too.
Shout out. Yeah, there's a few out there. Lil Mine, what's good, Lil Mine? Lil Mine the burr.
What up, Lil Mine?
Lil Mine the burr. The burr. Yeah, man. So, on today's topics of open topics with Don Armando and Senpai P, Senpai Dominicano, we're going to talk about knockouts.
Yep.
How easy is it to knock someone out? How difficult is it to knock someone out? What are the better moves or choices of moves to do if you're trying to knock someone out? Or what are the better choices to move if you're not trying to knock someone out?
Them single digits are chill.
Yeah. Them single digits are burr for real. It's burr outside. Hey, what's the weather like? It's burr.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Rogie, what's the weather outside? Burr? He's like, I'm a husky. I love cold. She goes outside and runs in the snow like nothing. I be seeing other dogs trying to fly away from it, and she be flying into it like, I love it.
Well, that's her that's her type.
Yeah, for real. Yo, my husky, bro, my husky sees a pile of snow and jumps right into it, like if that's a swimming pool.
That is their swimming pool, technically.
That is definitely their swimming pool. Especially if they're Siberian husky or Alaskan husky, like huskies that are from the real cold points. They love that snow, man. Like that is so second nature to them. I don't even think they know what it is to be cold. I think they know more what it is to be hot. Like they're always hot.
Yep.
Yeah, man. All right, so Don, in your life, it happens. Sometimes it doesn't, but it happens.
Yo, they did.
Huh? I was asking, in your life, how many times have you knocked somebody out?
Hello, Pete. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, because it was going in and out. Now I hear you now.
Yeah, it went in and out for a second, but I guess we're back.
Okay.
All right, did you hear the question, or you want me to repeat it?
I didn't hear it. I guys wanted to repeat because I don't know what's going on with my internet. So,
copy. So the question is, in your life, how many people have you knocked out?
I would have to say 4.
Not bad. Okay, and here comes the balance question. Because in life is like a sword. It cuts this way and that way. So here's the balance question. How many times have you been knocked out?
I know that I lost a lot of fights, but me being knocked out cold, not very often. I've been knocked down, but not knocked out.
He said not very often. You know, not very often is not a number, right? Not very often is definitely not a number. So if you can't recall, technically. You can't recall.
Can't recall technically.
All right. I can recall being knocked out in life maybe 2 times. One at the dojo by mistake. I got kicked in my chin. That knocked me out cold. I woke up like 15 seconds later. And the one time in the military when I got a ricocheted shot into the face, that kicked me like a mule. I woke up in ICU like, huh? What happened? Like, oh, you got shot. I'm like, huh? Where?
Yeah, you was telling me that story.
Yeah, that knocked me out pretty good. But other than that, I can't recall so much being in a fight and getting knocked out. I've been jumped plenty of times. I've been hit plenty of times. I've been beaten up plenty of times. But knocked out, just plain snoozing? Nah, not necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, there were times in jiu-jitsu class where, you know, Meng just said something about a sleeper. You know what I'm saying? There were times in jiu-jitsu, you know, when we're training on choking and doing lapel grabs, which means choking with the clothes.
Yeah.
There's times that people overdo it and you're tapping and they keep going and you will pass out. You will knock out.
Yeah.
You know I don't necessarily count those because that didn't happen to me in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 2 seconds.
That can happen. Yo, talking about stuff that happened. Did you hear about what happened in Philly?
I
can
heard
say it's
something.
nasty work though.
I heard something.
Apparently, there was a 17-year-old basketball player that lost his life due to GV. But it is later revealed that that young aspiring basketball player may have been responsible for the passing of Gilly the Kid's son. Reports are now saying in Philadelphia.
Oh wow. That is
the young boy was only 17 years old. And allegedly they said that he was an assassin. Yeah. Yeah.
I hear you. That's bad. That's bad. Seems like there's a lot.
Super messed up. Wow.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot that's not being televised, like always. There's a lot that's not being spoken about.
Yeah, like from me living out here up in Philadelphia, one thing I could actually say is that the violence that actually occurs in Philadelphia, I would actually say is due to ancestral violence that goes back to 40 to 50 years.
So generational disputes and family feuds and stuff.
Yeah, because one day me and McGard was talking. This happened to be like around 2021. That there was a young guy who's not really into the streets or nothing like that, right? So he was a straight A student and everything like that. Did not involve himself in the street. So one day, the young man got unalived. 20 booms happened to him. And when people was asking why did they do this, they said like maybe 20 or 30 years ago, the person who did it to that young boy, it was his relative far back that did it to. So since somebody from that family, I guess, had that vengeance in their heart, they went up and they did it to an inside that didn't know anything about his family history. So that's what I'm saying. Generational violence. Certain people they think that they got their lick back and everything like that. But 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be a year. It could be 30 years, and it would affect you or your family. And that's how Philly works.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I got a phone call. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, yeah. You know how that goes.
Yep.
Let me ask. Give me 1 second. All right. What was that question you just asked?
I was saying that. All right. Well, I was just talking about the generational violence, about the martial arts, right?
Okay.
Which country in your eyes has made? I mean, in this era nowadays, has made the? Would it be China? Would it be Japan? Or would it be Malaysia or
Has made
Indonesia?
what? Has made what? The most errors?
No, I mean the best martial arts films. I mean in
The
this
best
era.
martial art. The best martial art.
Yeah,
What shows,
movies.
movies, and stuff? I mean, listen. China's been on the big screen or the little screen, if you want to put it, since the early 20s,
The 1980s.
30s, 40s. Like,
Yep.
there's even silent films that showcase, what's the old Wudang way of martial arts, the Wu Tang style and all that stuff. So, it's not as simple as some say that it is. Now, if you were to ask me which of these places I feel were studying martial arts before, then that'd be different. That's a different question, and I'd probably go to Japan for that, because Japan gave birth to the ninjas. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't kung fu. Some people think that ninjas are from kung fu tribes, and they're not. Ninjas are from Japan. So,
Right.
the one of the latest, not latest, but oldest dawnings of martial arts, come from an era where there was no law, where the people were the law. Power was the law.
Yes.
So,
Hmm.
ninjas came around because they were needed. Some people felt like they were in too much power, and people were scared to confront these people in power. So then they would send these people, these shinobis, which were hitmen. You know what I'm saying? A hitman in the shadows, a shinobi, a ninja.
Yep.
Most ninjas were just messengers, but the majority of ninja were that. Warriors of the shadows, hitmen in the smoke.
Yes.
So that's what happens there. That's what happens there. But
Mm.
give me 2 seconds. My dad is hitting me up from DR. Be right back.
All right. Yeah. So while Pete is having an intermission and everything like that, I mean, shoot, I w- like maybe in future streams or something like that. I would like to talk to an expert in Kajukenbo, and I think the Hawaiian martial arts called Lua, because I think that martial art has grappling and everything like that, and it is the traditional martial art of Hawaii. But then if you really look at it, as far as the American martial arts, because I'm just reading off my personal research, a lot of American hybrid martial arts actually started in Hawaii. Kajukenbo might have been one of them. American Kempo system. James Mitosi is actually one of the founders of that system, and Peter Chan also. And then there's another system that I believe that derives from Kung Fu. I actually met a master in my gym. Shout out to him. He's been a practitioner of that martial arts style for quite some time now.
Okay, I'm back 110%. I heard you. The last thing I heard was you say something about American martial arts started out in Hawaii.
Yeah, the hybrid martial arts, that's what it was called. I mean, the the American, it was like I met a martial arts master. I think he's actually on my own Facebook. He's on he's a master of a style that I do know that actually started in Hawaii. So I have to look at my research.
Okay.
Yeah.
DJ, cut the beat. I keep freestyling.
All right, I will. Yeah, I got to go tell my cousin that, okay, media assets. Okay. All right. All right.
Yep.
Hmm. So, Pete,
Yeah, yeah.
are all right. This is a person. This is a personal question I'm going to ask you.
Hit it.
Are there people like you that you have met in your life? Yeah. Are there people like you? Because I'm not going to go around and say names and stuff like that, but you know what I'm talking about.
I would hope so. If there are people like me that I've met that are like me in the military
I
or
thought you was.
in the community, which part? Have I met anyone that has
The
like my
golden
same
form.
heart, or like have I met people that have had my same mind concept?
No, I
Yeah, you're
mean
cutting
I'm
it.
talking
You're
about
cutting
I'm talking about. Yeah, I know.
in the
I
community.
was saying that have you met fellow martial artists within your community? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I have. I have. You'll be surprised how many of the brothers
All right.
are martial arts affiliated. You know, hence the reason why they can fight today.
Yeah. And a lot of people will be surprised that you have a lot of people who are veterans also.
Oh yeah,
So, much respect to them.
pretty much. Pretty much. You know, yeah, I mean, listen, I've bumped into people that, started at a dojo and then ended up in jail or ended up in the street or whatever and didn't finish the discipline but have part of it. You know what I'm saying? And then I bumped into people that have been a part of the
Yeah.
discipline and then just left it alone forever and never studied ever again. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah, it does.
What I haven't had the privilege of doing though, now that you bring that up, is I have not had the privilege of sparring with anyone in my community on a martial arts level.
All
I've
right.
never participated in.
Okay.
But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
Now, boxing, boxing is different. I've had brothers that box that wanted to spar with me, and we've done
Yeah.
boxing spar here and there. But full blown martial arts, letting me
They
use my
did.
feet, nobody
They
wanted to
didn't
let
know.
me use my feet.
Yeah.
They didn't want to let me. So that's what it is.
Mm. Yeah. It'll be like that sometimes.
Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Because throughout my life, I've met like when I used to live up in the Bronx. I
Yeah.
met a fellow Dominican who was an expert in the Shaolin Eagle Claw. I was like that.
Okay.
I was like, wow. When I heard when I heard that, I was like, wow.
Eagle
Nobody
fish
messing
champ.
with you. I just only seen the movies itself, even though sometimes, yeah, even though sometimes martial arts movies is not really inaccurate,
I
just
mean,
not really accurate portrayal
choreography,
sometimes because of certain stuff that
the choreography though in the kung fu movies, most of what you see is because that's the basic movement towards the katas that are done for that style. So in the choreography, what you're seeing them do is exactly the movements that they're doing during kata, and they're producing it to make it look like it's natural, natural everyday movement, what they always do when they practice their kata, but they're showing you the effectiveness of how it would work in application. So it's fake per se because they need the movie to last long. But if they were to apply these real moves in real
yeah,
time to a real opponent, these movies would not last more than 10 minutes because these people would finish off with their opponents in the matter of 10, 15 seconds. There was no more fighting after that. These people were really fast.
right.
Yeah, there's no Chinese boxing that we're boxing for 5 minutes.
Hmm.
That's fake. That's a fake narrative. That's not real. All right. If you are Chinese boxing, martial arts Chinese boxing, the match is
Yeah,
over in 20 seconds. Match is over in 20 seconds.
yeah,
Someone's getting knocked out because they're hitting each other and they're hitting fast and they don't care to get hit.
yeah. Because one thing that I love, exactly. I mean, one thing that I've always tried to dispel is because we in the West we actually have like a fake. I guess in our minds we have like a fake narrative when it comes to the martial arts. I guess,
Okay.
and certain people they think like, oh, when they go to a martial arts school, whatever, it was like, oh, this is not like how it is in the movies. And then
Nope.
sometimes they get disheartened or whatever.
But it's not going to be how it is in the movies because how it is in the movies, it's technically they have two people of two different styles sparring against each other, and what they're literally doing is performing their katas. Literally, it's chopped up into pieces,
Right.
but they're literally performing kata. They're doing the poses to everything. That's why they would stop the camera and you would see them holding their hands in a certain way. Their elbow is up in a certain way. Like all these are kata positions, and they're showing you the application of where you want to end at. They're showing you the application of how your arm should look in extension when you're done doing and applying this move. You attacked, yet your attack was such an attack that you were still able to block at the same token. So it's an attack and a pose of block, a pose of block and an attack, and then up, down, attacking up, attacking down, blocking up, striking down again, attacking up, attacking down. Always changing the angle of attack so that the person doesn't necessarily know what you're going to do next. If they notice that you're going up, down, then you got to switch up the pattern. Up, down, down. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, down. And it's not going to last more than 20, 30 seconds, especially if you're getting hit as well. You know what I'm saying? There's always that lucky shot and lucky chance. Someone will turn around and get hit, and they're hit.
Yeah.
And there's only but so much you can do when you get hit and one of these nerves or meridian nerves in the body that shut down the system. You could be the strongest man. You could be as strong as you want to be. That's fine. That's great. You know what I'm saying? That's wonderful. All I know is that it doesn't matter who you are. When it comes to the nervous system, these parts of the face and the neck and the top of your chest, the underarm, the armpit, the elbow, in between the elbow, the muscles in between. There's so many nerves that if you shock these nerves, it'll pause somebody from moving. You can not permanently, temporarily paralyze someone from shocking so many nerves. You know what I'm saying a cross-hand slap to the face, right where the chin is, in between the teeth, followed by another slap to the neck, will render you in shock for like 5-7 seconds. I could do a combo on you so crazy in those 7 seconds, it's not even funny. So this is why when it comes to fighting, when it comes to the ring, let's say the octagon, there's a contract that they have to sign. In that contract, it stipulates that you can't hit meridians. You're not allowed to hit pressure points. You're not allowed to hit certain nerves. Yeah, it might slip and you hit somebody. Yeah, there's people that abuse the system and pretend like they're striking one place and then actually hit someone in the nerve. Oh, of course, all that exists. But you're technically in sports combat, you're not allowed to hit people because the shock is so bad that it could really damage the person later in the long run.
And all right, as far as boxers and everything like that, why is it that certain boxers they have like they might suffer from memory loss, as of a competition martial arts, they don't have that same they don't have those same attributes like later on in life. Why is that? I mean,
why is it that certain boxers don't have certain attributes? Like what? Like leg power?
Like, okay, like later. No, not power. Because I was talking to an old boxing trainer, right? And we were talking about how boxers later on in life, after they retire and everything like that, most boxers, like I guess within their career and everything like that, they don't know it, but maybe like later on in life they suffer brain damage. But when I see martial artists, I'm saying martial artists from the past and everything. Say I'm a neurologist or anything like that, but I don't see a lot of them have the same brain damage as a career boxer.
Well, I mean,
In your own
I have an answer for that actually,
in
because
your own attribute
that's
or
something
your
I
own
asked
knowledge.
myself
Why do you
as
think
well.
that is?
I mean, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, what's going on there is that a career boxer is like a soldier that goes out to the field. The field is where everything happens. The field is where the damage happens. You know,
All right.
once you become, let's say, once you're a drill instructor and that's all you do is drill instruct, you're not gonna come back home with that crazy PTSD. You're not gonna come back home with with a damaged mind or with shell shock because all you really did was stay on the inner field of where only your team is. So a person that's a boxer that becomes a boxing coach, once they become a boxing coach,
Right.
it's different. They're not taking any damage. How much damage is a boxing coach taking when at the end of the day he's training people. He's teaching them how to do the basics. He's training them how to do the advanced stuff. He's training them how to do the bag, the this, the that, the third. I'm saying he doesn't see action anymore. The only action he sees is training action, which per se is safe. It's guarded. You have the helmet. You have all this stuff on, as opposed to the boxer that's going to head to the ring has no helmet on, and he's facing someone that he hasn't trained with. He's facing someone that he doesn't know what their discipline is.
Right.
He doesn't know what's going to happen. That's why it's a dance, and you dance inside a box. So yeah, that person's going to have more brain damage than the coach that boxed for 10 years but has been training in boxing for 40 years. As opposed to a career boxer that was boxing for 20 years and his brain is potato salad.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm giving you the same analogy. A military man that's been on the field for 20 years is not the same as a military man that's been in office for 20 years. It's not the same. In layman terms, it's
True.
almost like saying the difference between a house nigga and a field nigga. It's not the same.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. This and that, believe it or not, at the same level, that analogy also goes from certain martial artists. You got martial art instructors that are freaking phenomenal, that they've been doing this for 30, 40 years. But when it comes to fighting, they can't do it. Why? Not because they lack the discipline or they lack the knowledge to do all those things that they know how to do, but they lack that certain courage where they don't want to hit you because they know you. Don't want to hit you because you're family to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's very different from someone who is a tournament fighter that's been fighting tournaments for 10 years. Yeah, he's going to have missing teeth. Yeah, he's going to have cauliflower ear. Yeah, he's going to have a few missing rib tips. Yeah, he's going to have a few busted knuckles. Yeah, he probably might be missing a toe or two. All he knows is war. All he knows is how to be a warrior, not just a Makiwara training dummy. No, it's real in the field. That's where that term comes from. It's real in the field. So every time I hear my old friends
Yes.
about
It is real.
talking about, yo, P, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Oh, that's cool, bro. You wasn't with me shooting in Iraq. They're like, oh, word. I'm like, yeah, bro, word.
Right.
Because I have a few friends that that became something, professionals here, there, basketball, boxing, people that went pro and shit. And I tell them that that's cool and that's what's
Right.
up, and I give them their big up and all that, and they're like, yo, well, we didn't know that you was gonna turn out to be a military man and all that. I said, yeah, it's cool, yeah, but my time for that already passed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be acknowledged for anything new. You know what I'm saying? That's old stuff for me. I say, you guys are doing this stuff now. I acknowledge y'all, and they don't get it because to them it's like, oh, you've done worse. It's not about doing worse. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing this to be worse. Y'all doing what y'all do, to compete.
You're doing this to try to be better.
Spirit of the warrior. You know what I'm saying? Conquer your inner fear. You know what I'm saying? Of course, make money. You know what I'm saying? But I see y'all. I acknowledge y'all. And they would talk about the last reunion I had with my colleagues of PS 158. Shout out to PS 158. I was third grade chess champion in that school. My trophy should be around there somewhere. I was third grade chess champion for all of New York. Big
Shout
up.
out to PS1.
Big up.
Wow.
And PS 158, bro, we were so crazy. We were so crazy that during our lunch break, we used to gang up like 6 or 7 of us, and we would go to Wagner and go fight the Wagner kids. For those that don't know, Wagner's a junior high school on 2nd Avenue. And we're over here on York Avenue and like
What
around
I'm like
79th.
about certain stuff.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
I
about,
know.
we was in elementary
This is
school.
one thing that never really made sense with me.
What's that?
Like high schools fighting high schools, and even elementary.
It's crazy, but it
I never really
happens.
got that concept. Like the concept of schools fighting.
Listen, my high school, I went to humanities, and humanities had beef with Park West. We would walk from 18th Street and 9th Avenue all the way to like 20 something street and meet up halfway with Park West because they were coming from 40 something street or 50 something street. And we would meet up halfway to brawl in the middle of the street for bragging rights, which high school was the hottest high school.
All right.
That was the only time I ever saw any of the gangs in my high school come together as one.
Yeah.
Other than that, there was always beef in my school.
I mean,
there was always war.
I've seen other people from schools. I'm like, yeah.
There was
A lot
always
of people
beef.
have scars because of those wars.
There was always beef in my school. And it wasn't Bloods versus Crips. It was Bloods versus Latin Kings. It was Neantas fighting versus Bloods, or it was Neantas fighting versus Crips, or Crips got into a fight with Zulus. It was always a war in my school.
Yep.
And then the craziest thing of all is that my girlfriend went to Washington Urban. So I had to take my girl to Washington Urban to her school first. I'm saying, which is, 14th Street, Union Square. Take her to her school first, cross through the middle of that park. That park used to be flooded with Zulu Nation. You know what I'm saying? And that's when everything was peace with them. So
I've heard stories.
It was always good vibes. But I passed by and they'd see me. Some of them would welcome me to my school. Some of them wouldn't. I wouldn't care because I wasn't there for that. I was there to take my girl to school and for me to go to school. But yeah, bro, it got crazy at one time. It got crazy a couple of times. There was one time I had some friends.
I was
There was
like,
one time I ran from 18th Street and 9th Avenue. I ran all the way to Washington Urban to go get backup because I literally had like 60 people chasing me.
wow.
It was crazy,
You
bro.
know
It was
what's
crazy.
funny? I heard something like that, and I went to so I heard a story like that, but I never knew who it was because I heard something like that familiar that
It
happened a
was
while,
crazy.
like maybe it,
Oh,
maybe it might have been 99 or 2000. It had to be somewhere in there. I heard a story like that. Yeah.
yeah, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. That's a fact. I had went into I had came out of high school.
I mean,
You know, we
shoot.
said we were done with school like by 1 o'clock, 1:30. We was
Those
done.
were the days.
Yeah. So I'm going into the train and there's literally
So,
a whole meeting of people that at that time were considered my
yeah.
ops, and I'm not gonna say too much names.
Rock steady.
But
Yeah. Shout out to you.
yo, bro, they saw me and they're like, "Yo, what up, bro?" And I'm like, "Just trying to get home. We're not at the school. Don't got time for this. I gotta go home." Nah, nah, nah. We want to holler
Right.
at you. We want to holler at you. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
damn. Okay. So I had to turn around, pretend like I was going down the stairs to go to the A train. And while I was running downstairs, what I really did was end up running right back up and went out and exited through 14th Street. All right, give me 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, Pete, you know whose birthday it is today? Shout out to Amarilis. Today is her birthday today.
So, bro, I literally fake ran down the stairs to go to the A train. And as soon as I ran downstairs, I
Right.
ran back upstairs through a different steps and exited through 14th Street. I bucked down 14th Street as hard as I could from 9th Avenue all the way to Union Square. I'm talking about 4 blocks, but I'm not talking about 4 blocks like from there to there. No, 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 no. These are the long midtown blocks. So I'm over
Yes.
here running for dear life like a Marine, and I got 60 people running after me.
Yep.
The cops saw and went the other way.
Mm-hmm.
They saw me running. They thought I was suspicious. They looked at me and they said, "Hey, you stop right there." And I looked at them like, "You ain't got an authority in the world to stop me because I'm not going to die here." I looked at them and kept running like, "Yeah, I wish you would. Gonna catch you. You gonna catch me? You gonna catch me like the gingerbread man running."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm running. I'm running for dear life. Forget that. I'm running. The cops finally looked back to see
Yep.
what I'm running from, and they walked out the way. They made way for them. Like, yep, go ahead, go get that bastard.
Yeah.
That's bugging. I said, well, yo, y'all didn't help me for nothing. Y'all didn't protect no nothing. Yo, Rocksteady, what's good?
Right.
Um, yo, I run all the way to Union Square Park, and hopefully that bro's still alive. Elvis used to be the supreme, one of the supreme commanders for the Shaka Zulu tribe of, enforce the Zulu Nation in that downtown area. He used to have the bumblebees like Akuma.
Right.
And I see Elvis, and he's like, "Yo, Darkness, what's wrong,
Wait
bro?"
a minute.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I knew a couple of Zulus.
Yeah,
I
they
was
were pretty
cool.
cool. They were pretty cool.
Yeah.
They were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, "Yo, what's going on? What? Why you in a rush? Like, school's not out yet." And I said, "Oh, my school's out, but I got like 60 people running after me." He goes, "You good, dog? You good? Sit right there." I sat down. All I saw was him and two more of the people. I didn't see no one else. I sat down. I'm like, "All right, cool."
Mm.
I sat down. And when they approached, he stands up, does his Zulu thing, Pasaki, what's going on, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Almighty Elvis, ta 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 ta, Almighty Zulu Nations, this, it. He started spitting out mad knowledge, right? The dude goes, "Nah, we don't got
Right.
beef with you. We want him." And he's like, "You don't get it. If I'm presenting myself to you, it's because you're not going to touch that man. So, y'all can leave." You know what I'm saying? And hope, that you catch the brother another day, but y'all ain't doing nothing on this end. And that boy said the wrong thing to that brother. He said, "Oh yeah, who's gonna stop me? You and what army?" Like I said, I thought there was only three of them there: Elvis, his boy, and his other boy.
Yeah.
When he said,
Yeah.
"Who's gonna stop me? You and what army?" Elvis just put Zulu up in the sky. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
He put the Zulu Nation sign up in the sky,
Yeah, I hear you.
and almost everybody in Union Square Park, I
Yeah.
mean, almost every soul that was there did the same thing and threw Zulu up. I said, "No way the whole park is Zulu Nation right now." Bro, like I said,
Yo,
I could have
that's how it
swore to
was.
God. I could have swore to God there was only 3 Zulus there. Only 3. Not the whole park.
Sure.
The whole park was flooded out in Zulus.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yo, check this out. We got you ciphered.
Woo.
It's not the other way around. So you can either go home and thank your lucky stars and try to catch the brother another day, or you're going to get Zulu'd out here right now." It's like, oh, wow. The 60 deep looked like nothing compared to a rug full of Zulus.
Wow.
It was a
It must
rug.
have
It
been
was at
like
least
300 or
120
400.
Zulus up in there. 150 at least. They had no choice. They left.
Yeah.
They had no choice.
I remember. Yep.
Go ahead, bro. You remember what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hearing nothing. You good?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just listening. I'm like, wow. I remember
Bro.
those days. And Zulus, there was actually allies. There was actually allies in the Bronx too. Now that you talk about it.
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
I've heard stories and everything like that. Yeah. Of people people messing with the Zulus and then lost their live. Because the Zulus, they were actually nice with the machetes.
They were keeping it Africa, bro.
Yeah.
what I don't remember,
pretty much.
what I don't remember, maybe because I wasn't
So,
here, I don't remember when Zulu stopped being a street movement. I don't remember that. I don't know why Zulu disappeared. I don't know why I don't see chapters of Zulu Nation. I don't know what happened that Zulu disappeared. I don't know what happened that Nietas disappeared. I don't know what
you know why? You know why?
I don't. I wasn't here, bro.
All
I
right,
was either in
all right.
Cleveland or in the military
Hey, for
or in DR.
it happens like yeah, but I'm going to tell you why it happened. You
Go
see,
ahead.
first of all, sir, it's like this: the last official Zulu that I've seen with my eyes and everything like that, it had to be like around like 2004, 2000 to 2000 Queen, and that was Queens when I went to college. So I went up and I met a Zulu, and I met the OG of the Zulus. You know what I mean? Me and him, we used to actually talk and everything like that. And it was like, "Yo, I want you to be this, that, and the third." I was like, "Nah, I'm good." So that was the last time. And then if you really look at it, you see people who are like in 1988 unofficially, right? Zulu was organization and everything like that. But unbeknownst to the eyes, there was still a street organization. So
Right.
what happened is that most of the people who were like the warriors of the Zulu, they either went the blue route or the red route. And after a
Oh,
while, Zulu was not as popular as when we was growing up. You get what I'm trying to say?
right.
So when you have certain people who are like I ain't gonna say you got people who are like the OGs of the Zulus, but the OGs of the Zulus of our era, they might be right there, and they might be doing certain else. They're not like as much as a street presence as the red routes or the blue routes. And
Right.
after a while, and then the controversy with Africa Bombada and everything like that,
That part.
with him being a P3DO and everything like that, a lot of people was like, "Yo, I was about to go do this and that. This was like my family, but now this guy has turned out to be like that. Like, nah, you don't see a lot of people even claim that anymore just because of that controversy.
Right.
So they're out there, but the thing is, though, it's like I can't really even speak with about it because they're on the low. Nobody will ever know who they are because of the controversy and everything like that. Yeah, you might see a lot of people who that they do certain stuff in hip hop and everything like that, but the real essence, you are not gonna you're not gonna go and see them like how they once was. I'm talking about when we was growing up. If you get my drift.
It was crazy back then, bro. Um, the
Yeah,
last time I bumped, the last time I bumped into any official Zulu members that were still active per se, were I bumped into a group of like 20 Zulus in Florida in Tampa Bay, but they were from Texas. And they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
we're Alien Nation Chapter 269, blah blah blah, from Texas, Zulu Nation, da da da." And I was like, "Oh, what?" I said, "That's what's up." I was too impressed
yeah,
to G check them because back in those time I knew some Zulu knowledge. I was too impressed just to see Zulus from a
yeah,
different coming to Florida together as a family that they went to Busch Gardens together. They made a whole road trip just to go to Busch Gardens together. I'm like, yo, that's what family does. So I was too flabbergasted to G check them. I'm like, are they real? Are they not real? I don't care.
yeah. That part.
Like, I don't care. And they came as a family out here like that just to come to Busch Gardens. I respect the hell out of that.
Exactly.
What else can I say? But yeah, man.
I actually respect that also.
All right. So back to these knockouts.
Let's see. Now, as far as when was the last time you been to Chicago?
It's been a while. It's been
All
a
right.
while.
During your times in Chicago, did you ever link up with martial artists too, or it was just
No, not that I can
for
recall.
a
No,
special vacation?
less than that. Some in and out like a
All
scout.
right. Hmm.
In and out like a scout in the middle of a drought, looking for information without a doubt.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on. Exactly.
The only time I was ever in Chicago for more than a month was when I went to Chicago for the first time with my dad, and I was like, what, 9, 10?
Wow. Yeah. I know that's one place I've never been to. Chicago.
It's crazy. There's parts of Chicago that are beautiful, though. Don't
This
ever get
is
it
beautiful.
twisted. Yeah, there's parts of Chicago that are like
I know
amazing.
that.
And then you cross the street and you got to run for your life because
Mm-hmm.
disciples ain't
Shout
trying
out
to hear
Urban.
that. Fatal, what's good, brother?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. So we were talking about knockouts, and
Yep.
there's gonna come a time where gonna have the good camera and the good visual stuff, and be able to show y'all exactly what I'm saying, not just saying it and you imagining it. For the martial artist, it'd be
Yeah.
easy to imagine the movement of what's being done. But for someone that doesn't practice martial arts, they don't know what the heck I'm talking about. And they don't visualize it because they can't see it in their head. So as much as I try to detail
Exactly.
certain things, yeah, you know, as much as I try to detail certain things, there are going to be things that might fly over your head, and that's fine. But for that, there's the comments. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to ask. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to ask any questions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, and we're here. You know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
don't mind re-explaining things, especially if someone didn't understand it. The
Exactly.
best way, honestly, to knock someone out, if you're trying to be friendly and not hurt this person, you know what I'm saying? You cup your hand, like you close your fingers, like if you're gonna slap, right? But you want to cup your hand slightly, so there's a little bit of air pressure between your fingers. When it hits, instead of hitting flat, it hits with a cup.
Yeah.
Okay, that cup hit.
Mm-hmm.
What you want to do is you want to hit somebody right in the corner of the back of the neck. Like if you were trying to
Right.
hug somebody, say you want to hook them
Mm-hmm.
with that slap right to the back of the neck. And that will send so much shock into their nervous system that they'll literally be knocked out for the next 15 seconds, approximately 15 to 30 seconds. And if you're trying
All
to get
right.
out the way, that's all the time you need to get out the way. Because that's one thing I always say,
Mm-hmm.
especially in martial arts. If you find yourself in a fight obviously, there's situations where you don't want to fight. If you find yourself in
Yep.
a fight and you can neutralize your opponent for 15, 20 seconds, get yourself out of there. Why wait for the person to recover and come back up, and then you
Yep.
have to do something worse and you actually end up hurting this person? If you already neutralized your
Exactly.
opponent, keep going. That's the adapt and overcome way. Like if you
Yep.
need me, CBD, I came, I saw, I conquered, I'm out. Let's go next. Because guess what I discovered
Yep.
I'm young still, but guess what I discovered in my old age? You run out of breath. And if you run out of breath, you run out of energy. If you run out of energy, you run out of fight. There's no more fight. This is why when
Yep.
you go into a fight, you
Yep.
can't just come out swinging. If you come out swinging against someone that knows what they're doing, they're going to let you swing. Go ahead and get all your energy out, Berserker Baboon. Once that energy is gone, it's my turn. Flick to the
Yep.
temple. A flick to the temple, and the person's knocked out. What'd you do? I flicked them. Wait, what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not impossible at all. These are moves and techniques that work and still work to this day. You just have to know when to do it, how to do it, and how much pressure to apply. And how much pressure to not apply. Because certain nerves, if you shock them
Pretty
a little
much.
too hard, if you shock it too hard, you could end up destroying that nerve, causing permanent nerve damage. Something you don't want to do. Because you can still get arrested for hurting
Yep.
someone. You might not so much get arrested for defending
Yeah.
yourself. But if you defend yourself too hard and you break
Mhm.
people's bones and shins and their elbows, they might want to hit you with something. Man brutality.
Yeah.
Hit you with something.
That's true.
Ruthless aggression. Saying
Yep.
stuff that, you can end up doing months for that. Not crazy, what I'm saying, but still, who wants to be in that
Yeah,
situation,
pretty
period?
much.
I don't want to go to jail
Pretty
for
much.
6 minutes, 6 months, 6 years. Forget all that.
Yeah. We're trying to live, and the people say, "Hey, I love to go to prison." I'm like, "Yeah, we might love you, but we don't want to be you." That's what Penn said. Well, I'm just
Yeah,
paraphrasing,
we not with that.
but that was, I guess, in the same spirit.
We not with that. We not with that. We not with that. No, I ain't trying to do nothing to get me
Mhm.
locked up in any kind of way. So,
Yep.
chinchilling like a chinchilla in the middle of the winter. So I bumped into this person on Facebook. He's a black belt in karate as well. He calls himself Karate Sir. He's a Indian black belt. And he's pretty active on his page,
All
always
right.
sending out, katas and what do you prefer? If you prefer to attack like this, if you prefer to attack like that. And I think that's pretty cool because, it keeps your mind sharp into remembering, that there's many different concept ways of doing an attack or many different concept
Yep.
ways of blocking an attack. Obviously
Yep.
there isn't so many variations of things because there's only so much the body can do. So yeah, there's not going to be 40. There's not going to be 50 different types of punches because how many different ways can you punch? You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be angles
Right.
and something. So if you're attacking at the same angle, why would it be called something else? Like an overhand right in boxing It's literally a overhand over the shoulder right, which is kind of like a overpowered hook or kind of like a downward uppercut. It's a weird way of explaining it, but either way, it's just angles of attack.
Mm.
Once you learn these angles of attack, the way of defense, or the Krav Maga way, which is the 360 defense, of I am blocking your attack while attacking you with my other hand that's not blocking at the same time. You know, and it's very convenient to know these moves because it shortens the time of the battle. You're cutting the distance between you and your opponent. You are defending yourself while at the same time attacking the opponent, giving you time to put a shock in for you to put a combo in and then toss this person. The fight is over. Fight is over.
Yep.
10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds at most. Fight is over. You know, people really be thinking that fights take 5-10 minutes. No, they don't. They don't. If someone that knows pressure points is fighting you, there's no way they're taking more than 30 seconds to knock you out because they don't have to hit you to knock you out. They're poking you with two fingers in two different places between your shoulder and your neck. Bakata. Doosh. Here you shut down like a factory after 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Industrial shutdown. You hear the power shut off. People be falling down to the mat like like a guayaba off the tree. Whoosh, poof. For real.
True.
You know, there was one time I was in a sparring boxing match. It wasn't a match. It was boxing. It was sparring. We were in the street. One of the coaches had came to our barrio with gloves, so he had the people fighting and whatever. Somebody called me out because they thought that I was just some fat guy. Oh yeah, Pedrito Botija. That's a messed up nickname. Botija was the fat guy from Chepirito.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. From El Chavo?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the fat guy was Botija. So they used to call me Botija. They used to call me Botija. And I'm like, yo, y'all calling me super fat when I'm not even fat like that. Like, I do martial arts. Like, no. I want to put the gloves on with Botija. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's very messed up to say.
So I pretended like I was taking it cool. They put the gloves on, you know, whatever. The coach hit the cup because he wasn't walking around with a belt. He was walking around with an aluminum cup. You know those DR aluminum cups? Un jarro. Yeah. He was walking around with a jarro, and he would hit the jarro with his watch. Ding, ding, ding. And here comes the kid swinging at me, and I'm over here like, I'm over here just completely dodging him. And he's like, yo, you move pretty fast. I said, I'm not even moving. I'm literally just swaying around you. You're over here taking wild shots at me. Like, if I'm going to let you hit me with that. So when he got close to me, trying to fake me, like trying to pull a Mike Tyson, doing the peekaboo, I'm like, oh, you're doing peekaboo? And I just punched him right in his head. Oop. While you're swaying back and forth, I'm seeing when you're swaying back on his way back to my right hand. That's when I hit the duk, hit him one time right in the forehead, dukiti, and he fell. Now, this is the thing. Personally, I was scared because the kid that wanted to fight me was a dude that was literally maybe 6 inches taller than me. He was bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't necessarily stronger than me, but he was still taller than me. So I was scared of getting knocked out by this dude because he probably knew boxing when my specialty was martial arts and I'm not allowed to kick. And, you know, I punched him scared, meaning that I punched him really hard. I punched him Kyokushin style, like Makiwara punching through the rock style. So while he kept trying to, you know, peekaboo me, trying to slip, on that slip, when he slipped to the left, which is basically towards the right of my glove, I just hit him with a straight punch right into his forehead. Knockout. I shook his brain inside him.
Yep.
They stopped calling me Botija for like 4 months. And then they started calling me Botija again, and I'm like, yo,
why 4 months though?
Huh?
I thought it was supposed to be forever.
Nicknames change, man, and when people fight for their rights of certain stuff, it changes too. But you know, they stopped calling me that for like 4 months, and then when they started calling me again, I was like, "Yo, where's the boxing coach with the gloves? Because I got some people calling me Botija again. I want them to see what I'm about." And he never came back, so I just had to live with that. I didn't want to have a reason to hurt someone. You know what I'm saying? Because in DR, when you hurt somebody, you got generational beef. So you got a whole person's family coming after you for the next 20 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's very different from here. Beef here can last 5 minutes to 5 months. Beef over there will easily last 5 years.
Or 20 years, depending if you know.
That is the truth.
Depending on the person.
That is the truth.
Because I got people that hate me, and it's like maybe 20 years right now and everything like that. They want to try to find out where I'm at and everything like that. I'm like, okay, y'all never did nothing for me, so what? You want to think that I'm going to be your son again? Nah. And then when you stand up for yourself in certain areas, they want to dub you as crazy, but yet they were the first ones to go around and make fun of you. I was like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to live my life, and y'all can stay mad.
I had a certain group of haters. If it's
somebody that you know that's.
Go ahead, brother.
Because you have certain people that you know they understand you. Y'all come to agreement and y'all be friends. Then you got certain people that you know they just want to be on that petty stuff. I'm like, okay, so guess what? Since you want to go and send insults my way and everything like that, it just shows that y'all haven't been mature. You're bad for somebody, and that's why certain people you can have all the success you want. You're never gonna grow. And when you see certain people with a childish mindset like that, you just gotta just move away from them. They don't mean you no good. So
I had opposition in San Pedro. I had opposition in San Pedro that per se they didn't like me or per se they hated me, but a lot of that was blind hate or ignorant hate because there was one.
But why did you have opposition in San Pedro?
Because there were people that they were just opposite to my community. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't like my community, but for some reason or another, they liked me. They had respect for me. I don't know how that worked. I don't know how that worked. But for some reason, they had respect for me. Or whatever. There's one time I'm walking through Miramal, and there's a whole group of dudes in the corner talking about Pedrito this, Pedrito that. And I'm like, if they only had the slightest idea that Pedrito's right across the street listening to them. I wonder. And
Mm-hmm.
I just stood there and I looked at them. I'm just looking at them and they're still talking and still talking. So meanwhile, they're talking about me, but they didn't even know me. Somehow they knew about me, but they didn't know me. They were just talking about me without knowing my face. So I acted a little
So,
ballsy and I lifted my hand up and I said, "Yo, ustedes están hablando de Pedrito Barrio México." They're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Across the street, I'm like, "Yo, this is crazy." Because I just gave myself up and they still don't know who I am.
mm-hmm.
So I cross the street and I'm listening to them and I'm like, ¿y qué fue lo que te hizo Pedrito a ti? Like, what did he do to you? You say, what happened to you? What's your testimony? And, I got these people talking to me, telling me that I did something to them that I didn't even do. I'm over here just looking at them like, word? Pedrito did that? Word? I know Pedrito.
Yeah.
Pedrito wouldn't do that. No, que ese tigre es malo. Ese tigre es malo. I'm like, ese tigre es malo. Wow. And that was, then I call him Motoconcho, right? I call him Motoconcho. I call him Motoconcho and be like, oye, para Simón Bolívar, Barrio México. And I turn around and I tell them, oye, yo soy Pedrito King.
Yep.
Yo ninguno de ustedes lo conozco y le he hecho un daño. Para la próxima, no hablen mal de mí, porque ustedes ni sabían que era yo que estaba ahí parado. Hace rato yo hubiese acabado con ustedes ahí. And I left off. And they were like, oh, wait, what? That was him?
Yeah.
Like, these people crazy, bro. How they had imaginary beef with me. That I did something to someone. Did I scratch somebody's car? I'm like, did I scratch somebody's car? For what? What does scratching somebody's car do in real beef? That don't do nothing.
I mean, you have to look at it. When it's real beef, you have certain people that, that they'll say anything that'll offend them.
But these people were offended by me and I didn't do nothing to them. They didn't even know who I was. They had made imaginary beef saying that I had did something to them when they didn't even know who I was. Bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
I call that clout chasing.
Yeah, pretty much. You have a whole bunch of people who are clout chasers too. They just want to go join the forces and everything like that, and they don't care. So therefore, this is one thing you have to do when it's clout chasing. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I got my clout too. You just debunk them and just keep it moving. I debunked a lot of my people, so therefore they could go around and spread them the truth. And if y'all don't respect it, guess what? Years down the line, when people will be like, oh yeah, this guy was actually a good person, y'all still gonna hate. So therefore, that means that the clout that y'all were chasing, trying to lie on a person's name, is gonna backfire on a person one way or another. So
one of my biggest haters in San Pedro.
That's the way I look at it.
One of my biggest haters in San Pedro was one of the people that most showed me respect in my barrio. All right. There was this guy, he's still around. His nickname is La Vieja. La Vieja, he typical violent character, chill, but will easily grab a machete and hit you with a machete. But normally a chill dude. He hated me so much, but at the same time had so much respect for me that whenever he saw me, he'd come and he'd shake my hand and give me a half hug like we do in New York. Like, yo, what up, homie? He'd come and give me a half a hug, and I'd be like, bro, don't you hate me? He's like, technically I do, but I don't. I'm like, explain that to me. He's like, well, technically I hate your community. But you, bro, you're such a great person, bro. Like, you really help people out here. I can't hate you, man. I'm like, yo, I respect that. So there were times
Yeah,
that I
but
would
then they
bump
respect
into.
you.
He respected the hell out of
Mhm.
me, and in return, I respected him for it. There were times where I would walk through, um, let's say I would be walking through past La
Right.
Trinitaria, right? I'm walking past La Trinitaria, and there's like a group of 30 of them there standing in the corner, and they see me. Oh, ahí va Pedrito.
Yeah.
And if La Vieja was there, he'd be like,
Hmm.
nah, leave him alone. Nah, but now's our chance. Now's our chance. I'm telling y'all to leave him alone. Now, if y'all want to disobey my orders, y'all can do that and see what happens. But I'm telling y'all, leave him
Yeah.
alone. And that was crazy to me because it's like, bro, you hate my guts. Let your team take me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'd be like, nah, bro, that's not how we do. We're gentlemen.
Wait,
You know?
that's my block.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For
You
sure.
know that's my block though.
Yeah, for sure.
Calle Trinitaria.
Yeah, Calle Trinitarias, that block loops. That block loops into a
That's
snake,
technically.
right? It loops into a snake, and
Mhm.
then it goes into what the Colegio Juan Pablo Duarte is, which was my school. But if you keep going straight down the block past La Funeraria Altagracia, it would snake up into La Simón Bolívar. La Simón Bolívar was the block that goes straight all the way down into Barrio Mexico, that takes you all the way to the Fortaleza, which is basically where the National Guard is, and the old prison and the new prison and the hospital. So yeah, bro, all that I'm very familiar with San Pedro, man. It's a vivid mind map in my head. Very vivid. I know a lot of things look new over there. A lot of things have been put in play, and they fixed the rotary in the middle of San Pedro. It looks nice. Everything's looking, like touristy and whatnot. But I come from an old San Pedro where the only areas that looked nice were the areas where the politicians lived at. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it really was. That's what it really was. Yeah, big shout out to San Pedro, man. Shout out to every person in San Pedro. Good, bad, and ugly. You know what I'm saying? Love is love. Shout out.
All right, I'm
Yo, yo.
back.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
back.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it'll be like that sometimes.
That's why I'm telling you, like, San Pedro's the only place in the world where you have enemies and they'll say good morning to you and drink coffee with you in the corner. Like,
That will actually.
I'm like,
Yep.
why are we sitting down drinking coffee together? I don't like you. I don't like you either, homie, but it's whatever, bro. It's not always about a fight. People do have to live to survive. I was like, oh, that's an
Wow.
interesting concept.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like, that's cool.
Now in New York, is if you see each other, it's on site.
Shit.
Hmm.
I had an enemy tell me you don't fight every battle because it's about winning the war. I'm saying sometimes you have to be able to go home and strategize and come out the next day and win. You know what I'm saying? It's not always about fighting. And I was like, interesting. I just learned something. Because I'm from New York, and in New York it's
Hmm.
on site. Like, oh, you, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, the only time that we had like that the unwritten code is that when the person's walking with their parents, you just don't attack them.
Right. If they're walking with their parents or if they're walking with their kids or siblings, like family is excluded. People walking with their family, you leave them alone. You wait to catch them another time. But even that code has been broken. I've seen people get hit right on top of their moms, and I'm like, yo, that's violation, man.
Yeah, because remember I was telling you about exactly. Even in Philly right now, that's how that young man he lost his life. He lost his life
I didn't
right
hear
in front
nothing.
of his moms.
I didn't hear
I was
nothing.
like,
All I heard
that's
was young
crazy.
men in Philly lost his life. Everything else was.
I was saying that in Philadelphia, right? That
Uh-huh.
young man that lost his. Oh, damn! Let me check. All right, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the young man that went up and lost his life, he got hit up 20 times in front of his mom's,
That's wild.
and that's here in
That was a
Philly.
few years back, right?
That's crazy. That's
That was
crazy.
a few years back, right?
Nah. This happened like last week.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, yeah.
That's wild. That's different.
They did that right in front of his mom's. I was like, dang. Yeah. All that when it was revealed that he was the one that allegedly got at Jilly's son. I guess it was in 2023 when it happened. So that's what people are saying. But then again, I'm just telling you what people are saying because I'm not really into, the hood know it all or anything like that. I just try to live my life as a civilian, go to work, and go to sleep. Because I don't know
Pretty,
nothing about what's
pretty
going on in
much.
Philadelphia when it's involved the streets, to tell you the truth.
Pretty much.
I just only see what like in these hood vlogs and everything like that. But then these hood vlogs, they ain't gonna go around and go to the center of it. And me personally, I ain't trying to get into the center of it because there's nothing good that comes out of it. Tell you the truth. So I guess you want. So I guess you want your treat, right, Romy? Okay, I got you after the show. Oh, okay. Now she's actually jumping. All right. I guess she likes the camera. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess the tuxedo she loves she loves the camera too much.
Welcome back to 15 Seconds of Fame with Tuxedo Cat. Yeah, Godzilla.
I know, right?
Godzilla just
Yeah.
woke up, so hopefully there's no interruptions. But
Yeah.
you're gonna see that mute on
Right.
plenty of times.
Yeah, I know.
He said, "Yeah, I know." I was about to say, "Yo, how your picture's animated? Why's your picture moving?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yo, why is your picture moving?
She
What's
wants
going
to.
on over here?
I'm telling
He
you.
said, "Yeah, I'm using that new app. It turns pictures alive." Like, yo,
I know.
stop playing.
Nah, that's my video camera.
That's what's up.
Okay.
I had a old Chicago friend send me a picture of me. Right? He sent me a picture of me. I'm thinking it's just a picture of me modified. Right? When I click it, I'm over. It's me singing a version of Pedro Fernandez's song "Yo sé bien que estoy afuera, pero el día que yo me muera, solo tendrás que llorar, llorar y llorar." But the funny thing about it is it was in English and Spanish. So he said, yo sé bien que estoy out, pero el día que I die, solo tendrás
Yeah.
que cry. Cry, 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 cry. Yo, it's hilarious. So it's parts are in Spanish, but the last word is always in English. And then it
Yeah.
ends when it says, pero sigo
I heard you.
siendo king. I'm like, I'm done. Sigo siendo el rey, sigo siendo king. I'm like, yo, that's funny. How they got my picture to move though?
Oh,
Insane.
yo, I know because they got like they got like these new AI apps that they can make a person sing and everything like that.
All that good
I'm
stuff.
like, wow. They'll even make an old baby picture of you sing. I was like, wow, yeah.
They got some AI stuff now, bro. You could put
So
pictures
you
of your
really wanted to go around and
ancestors. There's some sick stuff
mm-hmm.
going on right now, bro. Like you can really put pictures of your old
Yep.
parents, pictures of your grandparents, and pictures of you, and they fuse together and they're hugging, and I'm like, yo, that's breaking people's hearts, man. That's taking people to a different level of nostalgia. People can lose themselves through that.
Yo, yeah. Yo, dead.
Yeah, for real, man. That's it's almost scary. But it goes to show, man, what it goes hand in hand with the
Yeah, it
Bible,
does.
man. It goes hand in hand with the Bible. The
Cat
technology would be very advanced. You know,
right.
oh, now you can put your
This
old
cat right
pictures with
here
your new
looks
pictures and have them move
like
together. I'm like, yo,
she
bro,
loves being famous. Yeah.
that's in a word that means scary, but not
Yep.
necessarily afraid. It's spooky.
Mm-hmm.
That's spooky business, man. I don't want to see pictures of my grandparents moving around and stuff. I'm good. I was able to see them in life doing that, and now that they're no longer here with me, they're in my heart and soul, and I see them move inside me as far as the lessons that were taught and the mannerisms. But to do this whole thing with the pictures now, it's crazy, man. This AI is crazy. Everything's at a different level now. But yeah, man. I having technical difficulties. Don is experiencing Wi-Fi situation here, but it's all good. It's all said and dandy. Tonight's topic was about knockouts, and there's many different ways to knock a person out. Of course, Don's back. Welcome back. Yo yo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but well, you were saying like it does go back to the Bible. I'm like I see it right there and everything like that, but that picture moving stuff that doesn't interest me. I don't know why it doesn't pique my interest.
I just feel I
To tell you the
personally,
truth.
personally, spiritually, I feel like it's disrespecting the deceased. I personally feel
Pretty
that way.
much.
So if you want to do it, and I
I
mean
guess
you
that's why it
personally,
doesn't.
but if people in general want to do
Mhm.
it or whatever, do me a favor and don't tag me on anything that's my grandparents and a picture of me moving and jumping around and singing
Yep.
Wataneri Konsu, because we're gonna have problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not sopa de caracol anymore. They passed on. Let them be in peace wherever they're at. I don't need to see pictures of them moving and bailando caché. No, chill. Like we're not doing that.
Chill with that. Mm-mm.
Bless you. Yeah, for real. Yeah, so while you was out for a few seconds, I was going back into the knockout stuff. You know, there's many different ways to knock a person out. You know, what you want to measure
Right.
most is how aggressive you're trying to be, as far as like trying to prove a point, or if you're just plainly defending yourself. I'm saying if you're just defending yourself, you want to make sure that you're effectively defending yourself and at the same time neutralizing your opponent so that you're not getting attacked. Because you might have goodwill. You know what I'm saying? And doing this friendly knockout, this person is knocked out with minimal damage to their body, as opposed to you actually having to fight with them and you hurting them because you know how to fight. This person just knows how to brawl.
Yeah. Right.
So it's the same thing in Filipino martial arts.
I mean,
Go ahead, bro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I had a situation. Well, you know, that I almost might have lost my employment and such because of jealousy. It's not like I was looking for it. You go, know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And it was like several people that this provocateur did because he had like some type of envy with them. And then the last fight that he tried to provoke, well, he got himself fired. So I went up and another friend, he went up and just got a package of food from me and stuff like that. He said that he saw that guy because me and him, we had beef with that same guy once upon a time. And he said that guy is still trying to start stuff with him. I was like, yo, take one better. That guy after 2 years trying to stalk my social media and had to block like 20 profiles. Who does that?
Oh man, I know about that.
I want to bother you as a person.
Yeah, I'm trying to bother you.
That's worse than a female.
Yeah, I'm trying to bother you as a person. And my old Facebook page, bro, I had some dude. I had a dude that literally made like 40 different pages just trying to recruit me. Oh, I'm recruiting people for this. I'm recruiting people for that. I want you to join my mob. I'm like, dude, stop trolling.
Oh. Yo. I remember that joint, bro.
I'm like, yo, stop trolling.
I remember that, bro.
Now join me.
I'm saying all these. I was like,
yo, bro, every day there would be a new page.
Yeah.
Yo, come join me. I'm like, dude, no. And then I got tired like around the 20th page and started exposing. I'm like, yo, be careful with this person. This person adds people to their page to make himself look like he's a part, but he's not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've seen people like that, who are affiliated, that they try to do that. I do remember that time. And I remember everybody laughing and everything like that. That dude got exposed horribly. And then on top of it, the dude had a chick. And she got exposed.
Yeah, you're talking about the same story. Yes.
I'm telling you.
She was claiming to be somebody from a different place.
Yeah.
And nobody in that place knew her. The funniest thing ever. How you claim to be someone from somewhere?
No.
You
No,
contact
you
that
want to
place. Nobody in that place
know?
knows you.
Mm-hmm. And then on
That's
top of it, what made it worse is that person was like, "Oh, f this and f that." I was like, if you was, and me personally, I've been around people that know people. You don't go around and say certain things, and I know it from facts. I was like, man, this person's fake.
right.
Sorry, but even though I'm a non-affiliate, I know certain stuff, and 9 times out of 10, she was saying something that was not correct. So I was like, bozos.
He was wilding. I'm just saying, you can't be from Michigan and claim you from Chicago, and then when they call Chicago, nobody in Chicago knows you. Nobody, not one soul. That's not good.
Exactly.
Not one. That's wild. That's wild. One thing is to not have been seen for a long time,
Yeah.
and then people recall your memory. Oh yeah, Fulano. Yeah. Nah, just nothing. Who's that? I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, but somebody said that they don't know you. I'm like, nah, chill.
Yeah, that's bad. That's automatically bad. That's bad testimony right there. If you say you're from a certain area or a certain place, and they call that certain area a place, and no one knows you, that's yeah. That does emotional damage to your testimony and kills your street cred right there. Street cred zero balance.
Yep.
You have zero balance, my friend.
Pretty much.
I was the man yesterday. That was 24 hours ago. Now you may go somewhere else. That saying is very, very strong in its way of being what it is. Rey muerto, rey puesto. When a king dies, another king takes his place. Rey muerto, rey puesto. That saying speaks volumes, and it comes from the Bible.
Yep.
So, you know, some people will stand up for what's right. Some people are too cowardly to stand up for what's right. Some people will stand up to defend somebody else, but not defend themselves. Some people will defend themselves, but not defend anybody else. You know, we live in a world with so much diversity.
Right.
That it's really up to the righteous, the chosen, and the enlightened ones to seek the problem at its core and attack it from within. You know, a lot of these problems that we have are people that are carrying generational pacts, generational demonology from their ancestors, all types of stuff. You know, and it's just sad.
Pretty much.
It's just sad that we live in a world where nobody will really inspire you to do something to better yourself, but they'll inspire you for you to do something that might give you temporary wealth, but you might not see the light of day ever again. It's just like, wait, you're telling me to do good, or you're telling me to do bad? I'm telling you to do both. Yeah, it doesn't work that way in the eyes of the Lord, now does it?
Right.
So it doesn't. More than one, I thank the Lord for changing my life and, you know, switching my life around, making me a better person, opening my eyes to what is empathy and to what is, you know, seeking peace and living a life that's tranquil as opposed to living a life of war, always in constant war.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, man. Ooh, ain't that the truth?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. Um, the next few minutes, I gotta take an intermission so I can walk um my fair
Yeah,
lady.
I know. Yep.
Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Mm-hmm.
got any martial arts questions in the drawer?
Oh yeah.
Great.
Match, school, not too much distraction.
You look great.
What I'm asking
Yeah,
for,
yeah. When you
I asked for a question. Can you stare at me long enough and
Yes.
not to be, you scared
Well,
me.
I want to know how. Okay, yeah, you got it.
You understand? That? But I look comfortable and cute, like I'm going to bed with you, right?
All right. So,
What? Like I said, move over.
so she's asking me about her nurse's bonnet. You know, it's very colorful. It's very beautiful. She's asking me if it fits well, if it looks good, and I'm like, yeah, it looks great. No, I mean, like, if you were a patient, I'm like, well, I don't know what patients be thinking, because when I was a patient, I wasn't thinking about what the nurse was wearing. I was thinking about I need to hurry up and get and feel better so I can go home.
No, more so of I don't need stuff to be overwhelming for people's
yeah,
eyes
pretty much.
to scare them. I need them to be comfort that when you're in a place that you don't know and you're confused, you're able to see
Right.
whatever form I'm there to help you. That's my job. That's I'm wearing a black scrubs and my bonnet is bright. It's colorful like a kid, but it brings enjoyment to you and it lets you know I'm a female, a rain of sunshine. And then I have glasses that's oval and they have the S shape of my name. That's the rainbow that matches with my bonnet. That's what I'm asking. Do I look like I scare
Right.
you? Or do I look like I comfort you and I'm comfortable that I want to sleep next to you too? Because I work at night. I want to go to sleep. So move over.
So, technically, the way I see that like on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? It's like, did I scare you? Then I did my job. Pain is your friend. It reminds you that you're alive. If you scared them, that should be good for them because that's a reminder that they're still alive, that they're still alive to be scared. You can't feel scared if you're dead, so it's fine. If you scare them. It's good for the heart.
I mean,
Get that heart pumping a little. Fright night.
mm,
Fright night at Six Flags.
right. But then sometimes certain people cannot. Yeah, but then
Yeah.
certain people they can't really take that shock. So
Who you telling? I can't go to Fright night Six
I
Flags.
mean, shoot.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
arrested. I'm gonna flip
that's it.
everybody. I'm a jujitsu everybody in
Wow.
there. You crazy? Boo, boo, boo to you too. Ding, 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 ding,
Yo.
boo, ding, 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 boom, 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 flip.
No, 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 no. Now you know what joint that I think will just be team for you and everything like that. Just go
Yeah,
to the American Mall up in East Rutherford. You'll be all right. Yeah.
American
You know
Mall.
what? I was just telling my wife about that. So yeah, about the American Mall.
I was in Virginia Beach
Because
one time.
it's fun for
I was at Virginia Beach one time for one
I
night
was
during
near
Halloween.
Virginia Beach.
During Halloween night in Virginia Beach. and they take the whole strip of Virginia Beach and they turn it into like a haunted house slash maze. My homeboy that was a Navy, he was a Navy SEAL. He was like, "Yo, bro, I bet you $20 you can't complete that maze." I said, "I bet you $50 I can't complete that maze." He's like, "Wait, why is your bet higher than mine?" I said, "Because you're trying to set me up for the okie doke. I know that if I go into that maze, I'm going to jail." Oh, what? You can't handle it? It's not that I can't handle it. They ain't not going to be able to handle it. They're going to scare me thinking that I'm some scared punk, and they're going to get punked.
Yep.
Say, nah, Marine, you got to calm down. Ain't no calming down. If I go in there, it don't matter if I'm ready and anticipated that it's just a gag joke, that they're scaring me for gags. My mind doesn't think like that. If you put me in danger, that I'm thinking that I'm in danger, my body's going to move by itself. So don't come at me with no plastic nothing, plastic knife, plastic machete, plastic stick. Don't do it. Plastic chainsaw, just don't do it.
Nah,
just don't do it, because my body's gonna react.
Yeah, and then on top of it, with their experience,
gonna think, "Oh, this fat guy."
Yeah, muscle memory.
Yeah, you're gonna think, "Oh, this fat guy ain't gonna do nothing."
Yeah,
and I'm over here,
muscle memory.
I'm over here drawing my phone number on your face with my big toe.
Right.
Like, oh my God, he can kick. Yeah, I can kick for real.
Now, one day, right? And I don't know if you heard this story. It was a guy that that he was in the that he was actually trying to help a veteran and such. And then the veteran had like flashbacks and everything like that, and he was unalived. It was not like the guy really wanted to do it, but he had that flashback, and the former military that was trying to help them. They went up and became the victim. So yeah,
it happens. You have to know how to treat.
I'm not going to say because I never served in the military, but I've heard stories, so therefore, I could sympathize.
You have to know how to treat certain veterans. There's certain veterans that you have to grab by the elbows, because if you grab them by the wrist, to them their training kicks in and they'll hit you with a Hapkido move, and next thing you know that they're putting you in a jiu-jitsu move. You got to grab them by their elbows. And walk them to where they're going or whatever. You grab them by their elbow so that they understand that you're there to help. If you try to grab them by the wrist or by the hand, it might go left. It might go very left.
Yeah.
Yep. That is the truth.
Yeah.
You have your own show going on over here? She has her own show.
Oh no. Oh. Okay.
It's hell nah. Oh man. I'm gonna see if sometime by next month I'm gonna have my channel cleaned up, prepped, and modified for for what I'm gonna be doing.
And I wish for you the best, man. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's definitely gonna go far. I'm gonna log on to all my old pages if I can, and I'm gonna put that channel log up. People that used to view my lives back then when I used to talk about certain things, you know, they're gonna show up and show out. You know, it's always about the community. It's always been that way. So it's nice to find a way to give back that doesn't involve so much personal embrace with the outside world, especially with all this um, different types of diseases and
New
different.
technologies.
It's crazy things going on out there, man. So if I could have less contact physically with the people, but still let them be able to, hear that there's a good word for them, be able to counsel someone, you know, why not? Why not extend that through my page, extend that through my channel? Like, hey, you need some advice, you need some martial arts advice, you need some personal advice, you need some spiritual advice. Sure, why not? Contact somebody. You know. So I'm gonna provide not a social service, provide a community service socially. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Mm.
So I guess no intermission. Um,
Yeah.
have a good night, sweetie. Call me through WhatsApp or through Messenger.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Have a safe night. All right. I'm free.
Yep.
I'm free. I was fine. I was fine from the get go. It's just funny.
Yo, you got yo, you got to admit though, Pete, that your wedding anniversary and my wedding anniversary, who would have known? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yo, that's crazy. It just
That
goes
was
to show
we
that
actually on the
you got a twin somewhere.
same month and such.
You got a twin somewhere.
Yeah,
That's just the way that works.
yeah,
Look, me and her have the same birthday.
yeah.
How crazy is that? You know what I'm saying? That's just that alone is crazy
Yeah,
enough. And that
I know.
us turning around and having the same anniversary is it's just too coincidental. That's like, yo,
Pretty
what?
much.
It's like, yo, what are we doing on? I think the way we found out is because we had a show.
Yo.
We had a show coming up right around that day. So I call you and I'm like, yo, bro, I want to excuse myself for this day because blah blah blah. And you're like, bro, I was gonna tell you the
Yeah.
same. And there was like a moment of silence, like, wait. Wait, you too? Get out of here! That's yo,
Yeah,
that's so cool.
yeah.
That's so cool that it's too much of a coincidence for it not to be cool. That's mad
I
cool.
know.
It's like,
I
yo,
knew. I'll tell you in high school, right? I tell you. I tell you in high school, right? I knew a dude that I called this guy my twin. Now my mother never got with it, never got the sequence of it, but I had to explain to her. I called this guy my twin. Me and this guy, I never thought that I would ever meet a guy that has my same name. We were born on the same day, and we
whoa,
were the same age.
wow. And
I
he was
was
from
like,
where?
yeah, that part. I was like,
And where was he from?
well, when I went to Norman Thomas, the dude was Puerto Rican and Italian. He was Puerto Rican
Wow.
and Italian heritage, and I met him in Norman Thomas. So one day I was like, yeah,
Oh,
I just
Norman
celebrated my
Thomas.
birthday.
Okay.
It was like my birthday was too. I was like, get out of here. So he showed me the ID, his ID. What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy. You definitely bumped
the
into a
guy
twin.
showed me his ID. It had my birthday. We were born on the same year, and we got the same name. So I was like, yo,
That's
we couldn't make
bogus.
cool. I mean, even though we haven't seen each other in years, but I was like, dang, wow.
Give me 2 seconds, bro. I'll be right back.
Uh, yep.
All right, I'm back. My wife asks for my drink. She gonna ask for my drink. I pass it to her. It was literally halfway, and this is a big cup. And I grab it back now. She sipped down the whole thing. And I'm talking about like
sometimes.
I'm talking about like what a medio litro is in DR. She basically just drank a whole medio litro from out of my cup in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is she doing? I knew she was over slurping. Sip, 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 sip. I'm like, uh-oh. And I'll go get my cup, and my cup just has the ice in it. I'm like, really? You gonna do me like that? I'm on a radio show. I gotta constantly drink something. You know how bad cotton mouth and dry throat sounds on the radio?
Right.
What?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you sound like Ja Rule, and
Holla, holla.
and
Anybody
that ain't a good
get
sign.
dollars? Come on.
What would it be about you?
Holla, holla.
Yeah.
Anybody need to get dollars? Come on.
Yeah.
It's murder.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are people that disappeared, man, and never see them again.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, with 50 Cent trolling on you, you might not make it too far.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That man will legit invest his money on trolling you to a full extent. Shout out to AP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
shout out to AP.
That guy knows what it is to extremely try to troll someone.
Yep.
Extreme trolling 101.
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's one thing to it's one thing to go, and troll. But then when it's like then when it goes to like disrespecting people and everything like that, that's where all respect is actually thrown out and everything like that. So
right.
You know how it is.
Like I learned a few things the other day when AP was on. I was like, oh snap. I had no idea what a low-cal was.
Yeah.
I'm like, lower cal, what?
Yeah, it's funny because I was just looking at aggressive defiance, and then there was like low cal, right? So it was like this guy, like that's when I got to the community and everything like that. AP, he's a good dude, his heart's in the right place, and he lost his moms to cancer, so So I just pray that he has a lot of strength to deal with that, because that's rough.
I mean,
because I've been through it 2 times.
The process is the grieving process, man. If you don't grieve properly, you're just not going to get over it.
Mm-hmm. Yo, pretty much.
Well, my condolences. It's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my case, my grandmothers were my moms to me. My dad's mom, my mom's mom. My grandpa's ex-wife, who he had 2 or 3 kids with. Like, she was more of a mom to me, per se, in
Yeah.
certain times, then I could say, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I would,
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I want to do one day? I really want to sit down with my mom and ask her opinion of what she thought, was going to happen with me and how I actually turned out compared to, what her expectancy
Yeah.
was. You
Right.
know,
Okay.
'Cause I was able to show my grandma my
Uh.
patches. Like, look, these are the patches that I earned in the military, and I was able to show her that, and I was proud of
Yo,
that.
this cat. Yo, yo, this cat. I don't know what this cat's doing. Like, yo, yeah.
Cat wants 15
Mm-hmm.
seconds of fame with Tuxedo Cat.
Yo, this cat. This crazy cat. Mm. Yo, she never does this ever, you know what I'm saying? But now she just went up and jumped up and just
She want to
I was like,
participate.
okay.
She's like, I want to
Yeah,
be a part.
yeah, I know, right?
Put me on the mic. Me next. Meow.
She never does this ever, and now she's just yo,
Yep.
dad. It's like she's using me as a lounge chair. I was like, yo, she never does
She's using
that.
you as a cat tree right now.
Mm.
Just chilling.
Yeah, I know, right? Mhm.
Any and any mods still in the chat? Any mods that's still in the chat have a question? As far as martial arts is concerned, or any in general open topic.
Yeah, feel free. This is open topics, the martial arts edition.
Silence is golden.
Yeah,
Silence is golden.
pretty
That's a that's a,
much.
that's a repeat right there.
Yep.
That was from 9:30,
Yep. Now it's 10:46.
right? How
All right.
dare
All right.
how dare the platform re-show that like if that's happening now?
I
That's
know,
not
right?
real time, right? That's not real time. Come on, man. Why would you do
Yeah.
that, man?
Mm-mm. I know, right?
Yeah, that was funny. I said, wait,
Yep.
the platform just turned around and made Fatal look good for two
Oh, okay.
seconds.
I know,
Like
right?
yo, what's good? I'm here. I'm
Uh,
like, nah, no, you're not. If you was there, you would have said something. You would
yeah.
have said something now.
Sure. So, yeah, I'll take a intermission right now because I have to feed this cat.
All right, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I am here. So I am working on crystallizing a project in the heart of Harlem. Um, I'm hoping for great things, man. I'm hoping for great things. The program's name is going to be called Harlem Family Services, and it's going to be a community center slash church slash dojo slash gathering hall where people can come, seek counsel, seek help, talk to a chaplain, get married, um, get prayer, pantry there. They can come get food. You know, martial arts. Have your kids come and train. Trying to put something together that will be a multiple out for the community. I'm trying to reach out to the community as hard as possible because it seems to me like a lot of people that started doing something for the community after seeing what the government does and starting to receive federal funding or government funding, they kind of turn their ways and their community centers turn their ways. Now all of a sudden, you know, there's less programs or there's less involvement, and people are just like stirring away from what they started. If you start a community center for the community, as soon as the government starts sending you funds for stuff, why would you turn around and rent the community center out for it to be a salon, or turn around and turn the community center into a mall where now there's no place for people to gather and seek help anymore. Now it's just a big marketplace. We're not going to make a marketplace out of the house of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do that. Everything needs to be beneficial for those that are seeking help, either mentally, physically, and or spiritually. You know what I'm saying? If there's going to be a flea market of any kind, it's going to be held on a certain day. It's going to be held outside. Things will not be sold inside of the temple. It's not a place of commerce. Right. It's not a place of commerce. It's a place of spiritual tranquility and safe haven. Saying not a place that, I came here and my money's gone. No, there's something wrong with you, not us.
Right.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Ooh, where is my drink? Actually, where is this?
Yeah.
Get some energy.
Yeah.
Yep. You got any questions, bro?
Yep. Yes. I got one. All right.
Good evening, Jose. Debate.
How you doing, Don Jose?
Salute.
Yeah. Now, debate on, talking about ninjutsu and everything like that. So, to certain Japanese and American historians, certain people, they think that that ninjas was a thing of the past, and then there was like there's a master that claims that he's the last ninja, but yet we have a lot of students who actually practice ninjutsu. So what is I'm trying to find out what is like the link between the historical what people know of shinobi know or what we call ninja, because they say that the Japanese letters is quite similar, and what is the real I mean the knowledge of the ninja, because people could explain it right then and there, but what people could do to actually if they have this sort if they have this source, or if they want to gain more knowledge about what is ninjutsu or shinobi no proper way of saying a ninja. I'm not sure, but
Well, the way of the empty hand of the ninja is called taijutsu, which is technically, the empty hand way
taijutsu.
of
Okay.
fighting. Now, the guy who's claiming to be the last ninja, that's the
All
sensei
right.
with the purple hair. I know who you're talking about. The reason why he's the last ninja
All right.
is because the ceremony of how ninjas get serenaded in, he's not doing that with any of his students, even though he's teaching ninjutsu, right? Because
All right.
he can't pass down the scrolls. You know what I'm saying? After him, it's going to be whatever knowledge he left back. I'm saying he can't add any other person's name to the scrolls because maybe he wasn't taught in that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't instructed, so he doesn't want to break tradition. He has no
All right.
problem teaching it. You know what I'm saying? But he can't introduce anyone to the ninja family.
Mm-hmm.
You're either Iga clan or there were other ninja clans, but these were whole families that were doing these things.
Yeah, there was Iga clan and Koga clan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Iga, Koga, Fuma. There were a few.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where you at, Jose? Where you at?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, man. Ninjas. Shinobi. In the beginning,
Yep.
Shinobis were messengers. You know what I'm saying? They were swift warriors,
Yep.
That they would run to complete their mission and run back home. They were like the old messengers of, early Israel, that they used to send messages from one city to another with someone running there. So
Yep.
these guys were literally shadow walkers. They could like run out and hide and be incognito and blend with the shadows, disappear, move around. What separates the ninja from other classes of people that were studying martial arts for whatever they were doing is that if you look into the 9 halls of ninjutsu, there was a lot of mysticism being practiced. You know what I'm saying? There was certain things that were demonically infused per se. You know what I'm saying? Certain ways of meditation that shouldn't have been a part of a practice that's supposed to be, a way of cleaning your body. These people were meditating in things that was, invoking, demonic presences to take over their body, and that's one of the ways that they weren't seen in battle, because apparently whatever they would invoke would turn them invisible in the battle. A lot of mysticism, a lot of, you know, a lot of voodoo involved, per se. You know, a lot of charms and incantations and stuff. But at the end of the day, the ninjas found a way of healing themselves. That they could heal themselves from mortal wounds in a matter of seconds. You know, and call that mysticism as well if you want. But that's pretty dope.
Right.
Pretty convenient. You know, I got a mortal slash wound on my chest, and I'm over here doing a few hand signs, and all of a sudden, my wounds are starting to close, and it's like, wait, what? That was supposed to take 3 months to heal. You healed in 30 seconds? Wolverine wishes he had that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so that's always been something that, let's say, as a foreigner, me calling myself foreigner because I'm not from Japan. We're from the West, you know what I'm saying? And in the West, we're kind of gullible when it comes down to things of fantasy and mysticism, and we want to believe that people could have powers and disappear and vanish and become invisible and throw fireballs and throw icicles, and we want to believe in that kind of magic stuff because honestly, a lot of that was influenced by other things, mainly Disney. Disney made people think that using magic and manipulating magic was something that was cool. Meanwhile, the Bible says that all sorts of magic is evil and abomination to him. All sorts of magic.
Evil.
All sorts of magic. Why? Because it's mostly it's a twisted version of reality. You're tricking people into thinking something. It's either an illusion or the hand is quicker than the eye. Whatever it is, it's a way of tricking someone. So when I was younger, when I used to participate in doing magic tricks with cards or whatever stuff like that, I would explain to people at the end, this is not real magic. This is a card trick, and the way it's done in its basic form is like this, without explaining how the trick is done, but explaining that in general, look, what's going on is this and this. There's no magic involved. Because I wasn't trying to promote magic. I wasn't trying to promote people thinking that people can have powers and do stuff and all this and that. If people could have powers, there would be no justice. Because people would take justice into their own hands. And that's the problem with the whole concept of comic books. We want to believe that people will stand up for something righteous and be a hero. But there's so many more haters that there are people that want to do good. Come on, bro. There's going to be way more villains than there's going to be superheroes. So in this world, if we could have powers, there's just going to be too many villains, man. It's just going to be too many villains, and there's not going to be enough heroes to take out these people for whatever it is, code of ethics, code of justice for mankind. It's just things are different.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just times have changed drastically, where it looks like we're entering back into another chaotic recession, and the world is just
to the point that now you have, the
world is gonna plummet again back down to the dark ages, Only difference is we have technology now. But how much good is our technology going to be when there's no power because there's power outages? How much good is our technology going to be when they flash an EMP and anything that had an anything that was electrical just doesn't work anymore? We have gotten too comfortable in America.
Right.
And even the Bible says, cuando digan paz y seguridad, vendrán destrucción repentina sobre ellos. When they say peace and tranquility, that's when destruction will come over them. Yeah, we're not supposed to put our trust in the government ever. We're not supposed to put our trust in any man who promises that he's going to do better for everyone. You know what I'm saying, I've always said that when I see politicians, all I'm seeing is a wolf on a microphone in front of a bunch of sheep saying, I promise to not eat meat if I get elected.
The sheep's clothing.
Not even sheep's clothing. Just straight wolf telling the sheep, I promise to not eat meat if I'm elected.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Promise to go vegan 100% if I get elected. Right. You're a wolf. All wolf eat is meat.
Mm.
The story for the sheeple. Let me get this phone call.
All right.
Yeah, so she called me to let me know she's at work, but then she wants to carry on a whole conversation. I'm like, I am on the radio.
Got you.
I don't know why people do that. I am legit on the radio.
What's in the news is that now, right? They're saying that President Donald Trump is reportedly considering eliminating the federal income tax. I don't know if people should be happy about this or should be mad about that.
I mean, hold on. Eliminating federal income tax would also have to mean eliminating the IRS in its entirety. Because the whole reason we get income tax is because of taxes that are being pulled out of us. So they're going to still pull taxes from us, but we're not going to be able to claim it? What? That don't look good, my friend. That don't look good, my friend.
It doesn't. I'm going to tell you something which is funny, right?
Yeah.
One day when I was starting to date my ex, right? Like this was like around 05 or something like that when I was still living with my mother. One day, some Indian guy just rolled up on me and tried to speak the language. I had to tell the person, I don't know what you speak of. You know what I'm saying? I don't know your language. So the guy was literally, and then late on, I was like, this man, right? It's a certain way that you know that when you talk to the English and that they're from San Pedro, right?
Right.
But she went up and said it just like this. I went up and I turned to the lady. I'm like, Miss, are you from Consuelo? He's like, yes. How you know? I was like, that's where my family's from. I said who I was, and then the person who was right there, he was like, yo, you know who Sonny is? It was like, oh. I was like, yeah, I'm that person. The other time, it was another time when I was up in, Watson between Soundview and Morrison, right? There were some older Dominicans, right? So I went up and I spoke my Spanish miserably. And there was like, yo, you don't really know Spanish, right? I'm like, no, but I'm still what I am. He's like, really? So where your family from? I was like, my family from Consuelo. It was like, me too. I was like, what? And there was like, I was like, well, my mom Dukes is from El Bate. My dad's from La Loma. It was like, who's your dad? As soon as I said my dad's name, they just looked at me. And they went up and they went back to the barbershop. There was a guy right there. They was like, yo, you know who Sonny is? He was like, nah, I just thought he was one of the thinkers they hang up in the shop. I was like, no, this is so and so. He was like, he just looked at me. He was like, dag. And I knew the tales of my dad. I just didn't know it was real until I actually met like maybe 20 some odd people that said like, yo, your pops was famous for saving a lot of lives out there. And my pops always told me, you might meet like 50 or 100 people that tell you the same thing. And I have.
Right.
For a guy to be, like in this, like 13 till like before he turned 30 to be like the unofficial lifeguard, saving like maybe 50 or 100 people's lives, that's a feat.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a legacy.
Sir. Yeah.
That's a legacy. That's a quick legacy. That is a quick legacy. People will always remember you for saving somebody's life.
Yeah. Yeah. But you heard about the new child support law now, right?
I heard something.
They said Trump's new child support law will be crazy. Basically, if you put someone on child support, you will no longer be able to claim the child on your taxes. Only the person who is paying the child support And I was like, yo, they've been talking about this for like 3 or 4 days. I was like, dang.
Yeah, but there's a stipulation to that because there's a lot of people that are on child support, but they're not paying their child support. So what are they going to say to the mother of those children that have been taking care of their young? You know what I'm saying? This is something that they always ask. They ask you if the children are under your insurance. If the kids are under your insurance, you should be able to claim them for your taxes. Period.
Yeah. Yeah,
Zeno cat.
this one. Yeah.
Word. That's funny.
Yeah, she just jumping. She jumping up and everything. Like I was like, ugh. And it's like, dang, she just. I don't know. Whenever I'm getting in this chair, She doesn't do that when I'm laying down on the couch or so. But whenever I'm in my computer chair, she always wants to do the most. I'm like, okay, is there something missing? Because I know she don't lay in this chair. But whenever I'm there, she always wanted to be jumping and like she's Catwoman or something.
She's
Been
definitely
watching too much Batman, Romy. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I thought Jose was coming on.
Mm. I'm getting ready for bed. I mean, yeah. I mean, sure. Most of the people.
Well, he definitely made up his mind because that's the only things he said. He said, I just
Yeah.
wanted to hop on briefly before going to bed. I'm like, okay. I'm here waiting. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, because.
where's the bro at?
Yeah.
He said, home getting ready for bed. I'm like,
I
wait.
mean,
3 minutes ago, you
so
wanted to jump on.
yeah,
Like,
it's
what's
not
going
hop
on over
on
here?
like on the panel.
And
Because
three
I guess
minutes ago, you was
he
about
did a show, so you know.
yeah. I'm like, 3 minutes ago, you was about to jump on and say something. 3 minutes later, you're talking about how you going to bed. I'm like, yo, which one is it? It's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool. It'll be one of
Yeah.
those days sometimes.
Well. Yeah. Mhm.
For real, for real, for real. Yep, yep, yep.
Wow. I'm I'm like, dang. Whew. Imagine if snow went up and they hit California. What technically does, but not southern, not Southern California ever. Like in Northern California, that's where they have like all the ski resorts and everything like that.
If snow would have hit over there, then it's late. Man, why didn't it hit when everything was hot?
Yep.
They wildfires. I'm like, where, wildfire from
Hmm.
where? Now you got a wildfire in winter.
I know.
Smack in the middle of winter with a wildfire. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. However that works.
Yeah, I know that it was a wildfire up in Canada. I know that it was, I think, this year that it was a wildfire in Canada, or it had to be one of the years. I was like, what? Because I came out of work one day, and it smelled weird. I was like, it was hazy and everything like that. I was like, and they said New York got it worse. It was like it was practically red out there.
Oh yeah, it was orange out here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm over here replying to some messages and whatnot. Um,
yeah.
why does it keep doing that? Okay, there it is. Yeah, man. So, have you spoken to any other masters as of lately?
I mean, I tried to talk to the master from the master, I guess, Eloy Tejada, and I try to, and so I'm gonna have to actually, whenever I have time, I'm just gonna sit down and talk to Sifu Apollinario, and I'll try to, I'll try again just to get in contact again with Sifu Rino también.
Right.
So I just have to sit down. Yeah, I just have to sit down, organize how I'm going to talk to these guys, and because I know that Reno's in New Jersey and Apollinario is in Pennsylvania. The only thing is, though, I don't know how to drive. So, and
Oh,
there's certain parts of, and there's not enough public transportation to go to these places.
I hear you.
So I'll have to think of something. Yeah.
You'll figure something out.
Yep. Pretty much. Well, I'm about to take it. Actually about to hit me up. So, do you have any last words, Senpai Pete?
Well, for now, um, remember to keep your hands up. Don't let nobody knock you out. Um, like always, stay woke, stay vigilant, stay safe. You know, and always look better for better tomorrow. So until next time, I'm bowing out.
Yep.
Senpai Dominicano, Senpai Pete, Lions Paw Martial Arts Systems. Come see
Senpai
us.
Dominicans.
Us.
Yep. Us.
All right, my brother Dawn. Blessings, brother. I'll talk to you soon. And we're out here.
All right.
Us.
Yep. Us. Yeah, that's all, folks. So check us out next week.